The village of Omi Lekan was built on the river's mercy. Its mud brick houses huddled close to the water, depending on its rhythm for fish, trade, and life. The people of Omi Lekan measure time not by clocks, but by the calm, predictable flow of the river. But tonight, the river offered no mercy. It was dusk when Keto felt the river change. A fisherman by birth and by heart, he trusted the river the way a child trusts a mother's home. But that evening, as he cast his net, a coldness rippled across the water, biting at his skin. Then he heard it. A thin, trembling song beneath the surface. Not a fish. Not a bird. Not human either. He leaned over the canoe. There, caught by the current, was a woman, floating face down, her white dress spreading like a ghost shadow. By the gods, Keto dove in without thinking. The river was wild, pulling her deeper, but he kicked and fought until he reached her. Her skin was cold, too cold. Her hair floated like seaweed, long and dark. He dragged her to the riverbank, chest heaving. He pressed his ear to her chest. Nothing. No, breathe. Please breathe. He didn't know why he pleaded. He just did. He pressed down on her chest once, twice. Then she choked, water spilling from her mouth. Her eyes shot open, silver, glowing faintly like moonlit water. Keto jumped back. But she gasped for air, trembling, gripping her soaked dress. You saved me, she whispered. Her voice was soft, delicate, yet carried something ancient. Are you all right? Keto asked, brushing wet hair from her face. She looked around in a panic. Where am I? Did he follow me? Who? Keto frowned. She grabbed his wrist with surprising strength. Don't tell anyone you saw me. Please. If he finds me, everything will drown. Keto stared at her, confused. Who is he? But the woman closed her eyes, exhausted, and whispered. Hide me, just until morning. And before he could speak, she collapsed. Keto lifted her gently into his arms. She was lighter than any human woman should be. But he didn't question it. He just carried her into the night. Keto laid the strange woman on the sleeping mat inside his fishing hut by the river. He lit a small lamp. She woke to the warm glow, blinking slowly. Where am I? She whispered, still disoriented. You're safe, Keto said. My name is Keto. This is my hut. She sat up, clutching the cloth around her. Thank you, Keto. Her silver eyes reflected the candlelight in an uncanny way. What's your name? He asked. After a pause, she said softly. Amora. The name flowed like water. She stared at her fingers, still trembling, and brushed them lightly across the oil lamp. To Keto's shock, the flame flickered blue. Water droplets rose from the clay ground and hovered around her fingertips like tiny fireflies. Keto stepped back. Amora froze. I didn't mean, I can't control it yet. What are you? He whispered. She took a deep breath. Keto. I am not a woman of your world. He swallowed. Then what world? She looked toward the river through the thatched doorway. I am a water spirit. Daughter of the river. One of the maidens who dance beneath the currents. Keto stared, his heart pounding. That can't be real. Amora's eyes glowed softly. Touch the back of my hand. Hesitant, he did. Her skin felt like flowing water trapped in human shape. Keto pulled back instinctively, but not in fear. In awe. Amora lowered her gaze. The River King chose me as his bride. Against my will. I tried to run, but he will not allow it. He would rather destroy everything than lose me. Why you? Keto asked gently. Amora lifted her eyes. I was born with free will. The River King thinks marrying me will bind that power to him. Keto clenched his jaw. So you ran? Yes. Her voice cracked. I don't want eternity in chains. There was silence. Then Keto said quietly. You can stay here as long as you need. I won't let anyone hurt you. Her breath caught unexpectedly. She didn't expect kindness. Keto, you don't know what you're offering. I know what I feel, he said. And I'll protect you. Something warm flickered in her eyes, but she said nothing. The first flood came at night. Keto and Amora woke to screams. Water rushed past the hut, rising fast. Villagers ran past with fear in their eyes. The river has risen. Get to high ground. Amora's face drained of color. It's him, she whispered. Keto grabbed her hand. We have to move. But before they could escape, shadows slithered from the river, humanoid shapes made of water. Amora yanked Keto back into the hut. They are river envoys, sent to find me. The watery figure searched among the huts, sniffing the air like wolves. When they paused outside Keto's door, Amora clutched his arm. Her hand trembled. Keto stepped in front of her. After 10 seconds, the envoy drifted away. Amora exhaled shakily. That was too close. Keto cupped her face gently. Amora, does he really mean to destroy the whole village? Her eyes glistened. Yes. The River King believes everything near his waters belongs to him. Keto clenched his fist. Then I will stand between him and this village. She looked at him with disbelief, and something softer. No human has ever defied him, she whispered. Then let me be the first. Her breath hitched. For the first time, she smiled, just a little. Amora learned human things quickly. She loved the sound of fire crackling. She loved roasted plantain. She loved the way the wind rustled the palm leaves. But what she loved most was Keto's voice when he talked about the stars. She would sit beside him, her head gently leaning against his shoulder, listening. You humans, she would say, have so much beauty in such brief lives. And you spirits, he replied once, feel too much for beings who claim not to feel at all. She looked down shyly. One evening, as they sat near the riverbank, she said quietly, I wish I could stay here forever. Keto's heart stuttered. But before he could answer, someone stepped from the bushes. It was Keto's younger cousin, Olu. His eyes widened in terror when he saw Amora's faint silver glow. Keto, what have you done? He ran. And the next morning, the entire village knew. By noon, a crowd gathered outside the hut. The village chief stepped forward, face stern. Keto, he said, you brought a spirit fugitive into our village. The River King demands her return. Give her to us, or we will all perish. Amora stepped forward, sorrow in her eyes. Let me go, Keto. I won't watch your people suffer. Keto shook his head fiercely. No. You stay with me. The chief raised his staff. Then we take her by force. Warriors grabbed Amora while Keto fought desperately. No. Leave her. But they overpowered him. Amora reached out as they dragged her away. Keto. He ran after them until a blow to the head sent darkness crashing over him. Keto woke to screams. Villagers fled as the river rose unnaturally high, swirling like a giant serpent. A towering figure formed from the flood, a massive being draped in water and thunder. The River King. His voice echoed like a storm. Where is my bride? The ground shook. Houses collapsed. Children cried. Keto stumbled forward, dizzy but determined. She's not your possession, he shouted. The River King's eyes, two glowing whirlpools, turned to him. A mortal dares address me. Amora has a choice, Keto said, breathing hard. Let her speak. The River King stepped closer. Waves rose behind him in deadly peaks. No spirit chooses when I command. But before he could strike, Amora broke free from the warriors who held her. She ran to Keto's side, drenched and trembling. Enough, she cried at the king. You rule the river, but not my heart. Silence fell over the entire village. The River King stared at her, stunned. Amora, he growled, do not force me to destroy them for your disobedience. Amora stepped closer to Keto and intertwined her fingers with his. They cared for me when I was nothing but prey to your power. The River King's voice shook. You choose him. Amora lifted her chin proudly. With all that I am. Fury exploded in the sky. The river rose like a tidal wave ready to flatten the village. Amora gasped. Keto, run. But Keto didn't move. He stepped in front of Amora, arms spread out, shielding her. If you want her, you have to kill me first. The River King froze. He looked at the mortal man, shaking, terrified, but unyielding. Humans often begged. None stood like this. Slowly, the tidal wave sank back into the river. The king's voice softened, "At even. I offered her eternity. Yet she chooses a fragile life beside you." Keto held Amora's hand tighter. The River King stared at them for a long, silent moment. Then, "It seems," he finally said, "that love is a power even I cannot command." He lowered his hand. The waters calmed. He touched his palm to Keto's chest. The fisherman gasped, his breath glowing blue. "A gift," the king said. "May you walk the river without drowning. Protect it, as you have protected her." With a final wave of his hand, he dissolved into a mist of water, returning to his eternal realm. The storm stopped instantly. The river relaxed into its calm flow. Silence fell. Then the villagers cheered. Amora collapsed into Keto's arms, sobbing with relief. "You could have died," she whispered. "I choose death 1,000 times, he murmured, pressing his forehead to hers, "if it meant saving you." She kissed him softly, warm lips tasting of tears and river salt. Amora never returned to the river. She stayed beside Keto, her magic now gentle, calm, harmonized with her human heart. But the River King's blessing changed Keto. He could breathe underwater. Fish flocked to him. Storms avoided the village whenever he raised his hand. The villagers called him the guardian of the river. Every dawn, Amora stood barefoot at the riverbank, watching Keto swim beneath the waters like he belonged to both worlds. Every night, they lay under the stars, fingers intertwined, surrounded by the soft hum of the gentle river that once tried to tear them apart. And though their love defied gods, it became the story their people told for generations. How a mortal's courage won the heart of a spirit, and taught even the River King the meaning of love. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and comment where you're watching from. This encourages us to make more amazing videos. We love you.